Hey all, my name's Jesse Jarvis, and I made the uMMORPG add-on for harvesting. I'm going to show you how to integrate it into a, well, mostly blank project. So, first thing you're going to do is once you bought it, you're going to want to go into any of your projects and double-click the add-on. You're going to notice that it has add-on harvesting in the add-ons folder, and then that has a folder called harvesting. It contains the harvest bar, the harvest node, and the resources bar. So just import it all. Didn't need to worry about that, that's just a Visual Studio thing. Okay, so when you go into uMMORPG and add-ons, you'll notice right here, add-on harvesting. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a object. You can use any of your rock nodes, for instance, but I'm just going to do a sphere, or a cube, sorry, because I don't got any resources. Okay. Okay, so you're going to want to create a empty object. This empty is going to be your resource node. And the cube, this is your 3D model. So if you have like a rock node or something, then drag it and attach it. Now this here is your resource node. You're going to want to take the collider from it and add the collider to your game object, to your resource node itself. You could also just add any collider you wanted and adjust the size of it. But you want to add the harvest node script to this here. This is the main component. So you're going to want to go into the harvesting folder, go up to your canvas and drag the resource bar into your canvas. Now just double check on your resource bar. It should have imported correctly, but make sure that the resource bar has the harvest bar script. And that should be that. So when you select your resource node, not the cube, the node, you're going to notice item. We're going to make it want to use any item you want, but for example, I'm going to use dark sword or white bow. Where's my resource node? I'm going to call this I don't know, resource. Doesn't matter, you can name it whatever you want. I normally name my nodes. I'll go like mine node. Now you're going to want to drag an item into the item. You're going to want a minimum amount and a maximum amount. If you just want one item per resource, you can just leave it 1 and 1. Harvest duration is the time it takes to harvest the node. By default, I have 3 seconds. Harvest type, this is mainly meant for the animations. I'm going to go mining just because. Now, when you're in your canvas, harvest slider is your harvest. Harvest bar is the resource bar. Once those are connected, you got your respawn timer, how long it takes to spawn the object. And you also, this is the most important part, you want your graphic, your 3D model, to be part of the model. Once you've done that, that's it for the most part. You'll want the cube disabled. That's the graphic, because it needs to spawn for the first time. Okay. So once you have this, all you would do, go into resources if you want. What I like to do is create one called nodes. You can name it whatever you want. Drag your mining node in here so it's already set up. You'll just always want to make sure that the harvest slider and the harvest bar is set. So again, that would be the resource bar and the slider. Okay, as long as they have the same name, the script automatically tells you, it automatically looks for that itself. So in the script, you should notice it's going to look for resource bar and harvest. It's going to look for under a canvas named canvas. That way you don't necessarily need to fill these out, because it's going to search for them as long as the names are all good. Okay, that's it just for the basic setup. Now all you need to do is 2 small modifications. If you're on the uMMORPG add-ons website, and if you're on the harvesting add-on system, you'll notice the instructions right here. But since we're going to be doing this, you'll need this here part. It says here, okay, it says in player CS, so that's located in the scripts. You are going to want to find void selection handling. So we're going to search that. In here, at the very bottom, where you see this, whoops, sorry, at the very top, where you see this, you're going to want to take this and put it in, just below it. And then at the very bottom, where you see this, we're looking for this here. We're going to replace that with this here. Okay, sorry about that. We are going to replace it I'll just do it my way. Okay, we're going to take this here. Otherwise it's a movement target. Okay. Right here. Copy that. Replace it right here. There we go. So I'll just explain this a little bit. Normally you have an else statement up here and it says target it. Okay, right here. Otherwise it's a movement target. What we added was, instead of else, it was else if. And this here original else statement, it was at the bottom. So we place this above this. So when it was here, all we did was place that extra little code. We just added an else if right here. That's the biggest part of it. It's the only hard technical part. So now that that's done, it should work. We're going to find our resource node again, which is here. We have the item, we have the minimum amount and the maximum amount. You have the duration. If you are doing animations, I'll actually show you the animations right now too as a bonus of this video. It's going to set something called profession. So if we go to our prefabs and our entities and our players, we go into our character controller, that's this here thing. We can add a new parameter called int called professions. Sorry, profession. That's singular, not plural. 0 means no profession animation playing. Now, up here, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. If you wanted to add more animations, all you do is add new harvest type. Just add new. So now this here is 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it's 4. So, once you're in here, in order to add a new animation, all you do is find that animation you want to add. Let's call it like attack card, so I'll call it mining because we're doing mining for an example. Go from any state, make a transition to mining. Go conditions, add, and go profession equals mining was 0, 1, 2, 3. Mining is equal to 3. If profession is equal to 3, then that's mining. So we're going to play an animation there. Now you're going to notice this too, otherwise you'll have looping animations. When you're part of the uMMORPG animations, you'll notice that can transition to self is unchecked. We'll want to uncheck that. Otherwise it would just loop the beginning of the animation over and over. After that, we're all done. We're going to play test it now. We're going to create a character. Any second now we'll see, oh, right there. There's 2 of ours. Because for some reason I must have, I duplicated it. It's right up here. Okay, so when we click it, see? It's playing that animation and we now have a bow. We'll wait for it to respawn. Respawn timer set to 10 seconds. We can click it again. Sometimes the bar doesn't appear. I'm fixing on that right now. It's a bug. See? It appears now. It doesn't always happen like that. Congratulations, you now have a harvesting system.